And this Saturday marks 1 year since Hurricane Harvey made landfall in Texas, and the recovery isn't over. Kevin Reese returns to Houston for this WFAA original.
If you go back to Houston today, the Bayou City appears shiny and new, the rivers and reservoirs back where they're supposed to be, a city looking all mended and dried out and pieced back together. Until you come to neighborhoods like this. This is the Bear Creek Village subdivision on the west side of Houston near the Addicks Reservoir. And we came back here because on the surface it looks okay until you look deeper. And the last time I was in the middle of this street was in a boat in water up to 8 feet deep.
Sheriff's Department.
August of last year.
Hello.
We were navigating around thousands of submerged vehicles.
Y'all need help?
On street after flooded street of abandoned homes soaked in sewage and everything else awful that a flood catastrophe brings. And my first thought was, how could anyone come back here? How could anyone recover from this?
Harvey was totally different.
Today, Gil and Carla Parks,
it just destroyed us,
are still trying to figure that out.
It's horrible. It was just horrible. Water just started coming in every door we had.
We found them living in their driveway, in a trailer, an electrical cord plugged into their gutted house.
There's one flushable toilet left in that house.
A house the retirees cannot afford to repair.
That's the water line right there.
They didn't have flood insurance. Now the house is in foreclosure.
It's so heartbreaking to see it like this.
FEMA did give them enough money to buy the trailer, not enough to put their house and their lives back together.
It breaks my heart every time I have to come in here.
Every time I walk in here,
This used to be a beautiful home.
It used to be.
I was so panicked, thinking, we are homeless. We are basically homeless.
Well, we're struggling. We're struggling, but we're getting by.
Their story can be repeated thousands of times in Houston, hundreds of times in this subdivision alone. Theirs is the very last house on the end of their cul-de-sac, surrounded by homes, their neighbors, abandoned.
20 houses here, and we only got five neighbors left.
Miss Suzanne next door, she's gone. Sharon across the street, Jack across the street.
They're all gone.
Yeah, they just walked away.
But despite all this, they try to be thankful that an occasional church youth group still shows up. These kids from Norman, Oklahoma, cleaning up the outside of yet one more abandoned home.
It is sad, being down here and looking around. There's not enough groups down here helping people in Houston.
I mean, people are glorious. Just, I can't say enough. I can't say enough about it. How people have helped us out.
When you feel really alone is when God's actually carrying.
As for Gil and Carla, they may have to leave their house too, move to a trailer park, leave their home and its memories behind.
He was a very proud man, but he's said now he has no pride left.
Yeah. Why is that?
Because we've had to accept so many things.
This
has broken his heart.
Broke our backs.
Yeah. We don't even have any tears anymore because we've cried so much. He was thanking me this morning for hanging in there and staying with him and being here for him. Yeah. I'm not going to leave you just because you got flooded.
And so all they ask is that the rest of us not forget that a full year later, there are thousands like them still struggling.
I think we get by day to day just by having faith that this is not going to be forever.
A forever with a happy ending still so very hard to find. In Houston with photographer Taylor Lumsden, Kevin Reese, Channel 8 News.